Hey, you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. So I forgot to put something on the community post, but we're here and we can talk. And I want to say this too. Shout out to those of you who be like on the blog spot on a regular basis. And so you reaching out to me. Y'all, I want to tell y'all this. I'm very direct with my communication, but I'm never a bitch, never disrespectful, and never malicious just to be malicious. Um, I'm very in tune with communicating. I'm a Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. Of course, I'm a Gemini and Cancer, but still. Um, we just still know. I know when people are being funny. I know when people are being serious, direct. And back in the day, I didn't really know. But as I'm becoming older, I'm becoming wiser. So I'm aware of, the tone of how people communicate. And it's not really what you call it, it's really how they say it, right? So you can say, hey bitch, or bitch, or you motherfucking bitch. Like it's all the same word, but the energy behind it, I'm like, I can read between the lines, okay? And even going into like constructive criticism, or people have things to say and they're coming from a loving point, standpoint. And so either way, a lot of people are afraid. No, I don't want to say a lot of people, but over the years, people have been, they were a little weary about approaching me for certain things, and then some people on the other hand, it's like, okay, I'm going to reach out and ask you this, I'm expecting you to be direct and honest with me, and I can handle the hard truth. And it's really about like not really being, having the hard truth or doing anything to offend somebody or make somebody feel the type of way. I just I like things to be direct. I want you to tell me what you mean and mean what you say. I want you to, if I'm asking, is the sky blue? I don't want to hear, well, according to what I've looked up years ago, they were saying that the sky could possibly be blue. No, bitch, fuck that dumb shit. I asked a direct question. I'm expecting a direct answer. So that's really how I communicate. So it's not about me having, being hard or being soft. It's just about me being direct and giving you what you're needing. No, no sugarcoating. Time is of the essence, baby. We don't have time to, to beat around the damn bush. And so, by the way, y'all, coming back here or coming here to, discuss the last gift that I'm bestowing upon to my people. And of course, y'all, down the line, we'll do more things. But of course, I'm just kind of like throwing things out there to see what it is, how it is, see people about it, or people just want you to talk shit and, be, if people are about really enlightening, elevating, or they really just about, using, these platforms as the means of entertainment because they don't pay cable or can afford cable, whatever, however that is. And so the fifth gift, y'all, is actually, and you check out the blog spot. On the blog spot, there's actually different prices when you actually look up casework or services, and it gives you the actual price of what this casework is. For this gift, I kind of just offer something, different. It was going to be 50% off the rituals and stuff, but I was like, you know what? Let me offer a certain price, for this event. And so, of course, we have the standard, intermediate, and we have advanced. Now, of course, I use standard versus the word basic because I do feel like words have power. And a lot of times people, when they hear the word basic or bare minimum, they'll be like, oh, no, hell no, I got to be an A. So they'll automatically feel like they have to jump to the advanced or intermediate. Clearly, I'm offering basic or standard services because, of course, some work does just need a little bit of push. It doesn't need nothing major. And so I simplified it on the blog spot, twospiritmystic.blogspot.com. And I gave you an example of what the standard is, the intermediate is, and the advanced is. Now, of course, the standard would be an example of, and I'll tell you even here, let's say we're doing like one technique, right? And I don't just do one technique when I'm doing spiritual work, but we'll just do one technique. And then the intermediate would be like two techniques. And then the advanced would be three techniques. So it's not necessarily, you're paying more because the work is more it's more in depth and it requires a lot more energy. It's more so what we're doing to get those results. I do feel like when a lot of people are needing immediate work or they're in danger and it's kind of like it's going to take a major miracle or spiritual activation to turn this situation around. I do feel like a lot of people get in panic mode and they're kind of like, oh my God, let's just jump into the event. But a lot of times, y'all, it be basic stuff. Sometimes it be some, um, you know, inner blockages. It's not really the outside, it's really the inside and vice versa. Maybe something was missed, maybe, physically you have not communicated to the if it's a situation where it's like a boss or a landlord, you're not really communicating with them. So just something as simple as doing basic energy work and then communicating, you will get your outcome, your expected outcome. And so that's why we do casework or we do consultations. Excuse me, not casework, consultations. We do consultations because I listen to what it is that you're needing, and then we go into what it is that I can provide. What I will not do, and I will say this as well because I wanted to kind of give an example of what the standard, intermediate, and advanced is. Regardless of if you're doing standard, intermediate, and advanced, the payment has to be sent for the work before we do the consultation. The consultation is included in that for this event up until the 23rd at 11:59 p.m. And I might even move it to the 24th, since I did not really put it on the blog spot until today, and I was supposed to do it yesterday morning, but I was doing so much yesterday. Okay, so much, okay, so much, girl. Like, honey, listen, I think I was pulling like a world 18-hour, 19-hour day yesterday, girl. You couldn't even tell. Okay, I was so on point. Thank God for the vitamins and the minerals, honey. Give a shout out to Mary Ruth. How you doing? And staying hydrated, and then supplementing my beet roots and all that. Shout out to that. Bringing the oxygen to the blood, keep me nice and focused and energetic to that very last moment where I just crashed the fuck out, baby. Anyway, so yes. On the blogspot, twospiritmister.blogspot.com, we're getting to the deal that we're offering now, energetic work. And of course, very simple, y'all. I give directions. Follow the directions and you will get your results. I always say, I guarantee the work because I guarantee the work if you follow the directions, what's being said and what's being done, then of course you will get your outcome. Now, typically, and we'll say this, it's a small percent that this could possibly be. That's why I would say like 85, 90, right? 89%. What a lot of people will do, and of course, like I said, all the classes that I offered, all the things that we offered up until this point, all adds into what we're doing now. The first gift, the second, the third, and the fourth, are helping you to identify blockages and or angles and or, just understanding how energy works. A lot of times people have blockages. A lot of people are not manifesting what they wanted because some people, like I said, I get a lot of updates from people, some people from like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I really, really love the update job because it kind of gives me an idea of, experience. They give me experience. Like, okay, I worked with this personality type, this personality type got the results, this personality type did not. Every case is different, but I do feel like the main denominator behind all the work is the person who's seeking the work. And so when people have blockages, so they have, just inner conflict and they're not really sure. And the biggest one is they're not sure which way to go. Like, I know for sure I want to do this, but I'm kind of hesitant about the outcome. Something was brought up, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. We went somewhere and, we do, see somebody, we identify energy with them, blah, 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 blah. You give them, info on their life. And I'm like, what? How you know this? And you're just like, oh, nothing. It's just something that I picked up on you. I looked at you and I could tell, oh, yeah. And they're like, really? You could just tell by looking at people. And you're like, yeah, honey. Anyway, so that's what happened. And then it went down to like her name and angel numbers. And I was like, oh, yeah, you remember, you like angel numbers because your name. Anyway, something that she said, even after she was aware that we knew what we were talking about, she still insisted on saying a statement. And of course, when she said the statement, I let her get it out. I didn't say, "Oh, I know that already." I was just like, "Oh, okay, that's good, good info." She was like, "You have to know that what it is that you're working on is going to happen. Any type of doubt, because remember, well, let me just say what she said. Any doubt, you just basically canceled out what you're working on. So it's going to take you 10 times harder to work towards that." And like I said, I was like, But I know this to be true because one thing about the Bible, okay, and we're going to get into this very lightly and politely, because a lot of things that are in the Bible are universal, right? The Bible is a collaboration, a combination of beliefs, opinions, and other practices all put into one. In the Bible, you can find some Buddhist practice, you can find some Islamic practice, you can find some Jewish practices, you can find some pagan practices. Can we talk about it? You can find a lot of different practices within the Bible. And so a lot of times, where's my phone at? The Bible, well, not a lot of times, the Bible could be used for, it's the universal book. It could be used for all people, whether you're Christian, Jewish, you believe in Jesus, you do believe in Jesus. Like it could be used. Once again, these are old, stories, allegories, rituals, whatever, all combined. It's been translated, it's been passed down. And like I said, it's accessible to anybody. So if the news was brought to you, the news can be applied to you. And so although you're not a Christian, although you're not, I don't know, maybe you are, maybe you're a Christian. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay, let me get to my app. Just get in here. BibleGateway.com. I love BibleGateway.com. So we're going into Matthew 17. And you can read the whole 17 if you choose to, because it speaks about the power within. It speaks about the power and understanding, okay, what exactly you need to do to get to where you need to get to. And so either way, going into Matthew verse 19, we're going to start at, we're going to go, let's do this. Let's go into 17 to 21. Just go to 17 and 21. Because I need you to understand that there's two ways when somebody tell you, when a statement is made, the statement can go multiple ways, right? There's endless possibilities of constructing a sentence. It's endless possibilities on how a sentence or a statement, come on in here, could be translated or understood. This is why you could say the same word and somebody will say, "Well, I took it as you were calling me out my name." And everyone's like, "Well, I didn't take it as she was telling like I took it as both." There you go. So going into 17, it says, "And then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me." And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. And then came the disciples of Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out? Because see, the disciples were concerned because they were trying to cast the spirit out the sick child. And they were they were like, "Well, why didn't it work for us, but it worked for you?" And of course, because they didn't believe in what they were doing. They were playing with the magic. They were playing with the spirit, like a lot of these hoes be doing on here. A lot of these spiritual hoes. Oh, and I'm going to take it back. Bitch, you spiritual hoes be playing in spirit, girl. And then Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. And so, although, mustard seed is really, really tiny, y'all, it takes faith of a mustard seed. It takes faith of the size of a mustard seed to get things to move. And the same thing with the doubt, the size of mustard seed it takes to fuck shit up. So the mustard seed is used two ways. The size of the mustard seed having faith, that little bit of faith can make big things happen. On the flip side, a little bit of doubt could fuck shit up. And so you have to believe wholeheartedly and completely, because we're whole in the spirit. We're whole in the spirit, but you got to understand we're whole in the spirit. In the flesh, we don't understand. In the flesh, there's some type of discrepancy. In the flesh, there's some type of misunderstanding. That's why they say we're born into sin. Sin is the error, the mark that is missed. And so what you got to understand is that you have to know and trust in what you're doing and that it's going to happen. And then, of course, going and say, well, how do I get my state to how do I get to that state of having complete faith? That's why you have to talk to yourself better. You have to treat yourself better. When you build yourself up through affirmations, through meditations, through inner conversations, inner dialogue, you start to get a better understanding of how your inner self work, your inner your inner goddess, inner God work. And through that, or through those simple exercises, this is where you get power and you get the ability to have complete faith to manifest what you're wanting. So a lot of people have issues manifesting. And once again, it's not about God didn't want you to have it. It wasn't about it didn't manifest because it wasn't your timing, because baby, your timing is your timing. You only have so much, 77 years on this planet. Baby, you don't got years and years to wait around for something to come on in here. And the older you get, you start to change your likes and dislikes. Hello. Every day, some of you like to change your likes and dislikes. Every month, every week, you like change your likes and dislikes. So baby, we don't got time to be waiting 10, 20, fucking 30 years because, oh, God didn't see fit for you. No, baby, this is your life. And everything the size of mustard seed can be brought to you. And I believe this, y'all. I believe this to be true. And so when I'm doing any type of work and I get myself in that state of knowing that what I'm asking for is coming, and I speak as if it's already happened. Can we talk about it? We talked about Psalms 51. And if you look up Psalms, y'all, a lot of Psalms, these are songs, but these are also prayers and things to be meditated upon. And going into Psalms 51, in particular, when Solomon committed this sin. And wait, hold on. I want to make sure I'm going in this right direction with this. Hold on. Give me one moment. Ow! Let's put it, baby, because let me make sure I'm going into this right direction. Can we get into it? I want to make sure we're going into the right direction. Because I'm saying Solomon, but something that just came up right now. King David, not Solomon. Girl, we've been talking about King Solomon for some time, y'all. We've been talking about King Solomon for some time. If we've done case work together, just if you're going into this week alone, babe, we had a conversation about King Solomon. King David, come on in here. King David committed a crime because the book of Psalms is a song of David. Can we talk about it? The book of Psalms is the song of David. And so David is related to Solomon, though, by the way. And so David, come on in here. David committed a sin. He murdered. And so when he was praying in Psalms 51, he was praying as if God already answered his prayer. So imagine being in this moment of asking to be cleansed of your transgressions. Remove this filth from me. I feel so bad for the crime I committed. Cleanse me from the inside out, God. And then he starts speaking as if God already cleansed him. God already helped him. God already gave him mercy. God already gave him, and this is why he got mercy. And this is why he got forgiven. And this is why he was able to elevate in the spirit. So you have to speak to yourself, and you got to speak as if you already had it. So like I said, if I doubt the work I'm doing, I don't do it. If I doubt the work I do, I don't do it. And then I shut the fuck up and I keep doing what I do other things. Because I'm not going to sit here and dwell on things I cannot control, things I don't have enough confidence to do. And so that's what it comes down to. A lot of people, like I said, they're indecisive about what it is that they want, or they have a little bit of doubt. Well, what happened if this doesn't work? Well, you just fucked up your work. You just fucked up your work, babe. Because you don't believe. You don't believe, honey. Yeah, you just fucked up your work. Like I said, that'd be the biggest thing. And so like some people give me these updates, kind of like, yeah, it's been 3 years. I've been doing this working and I still haven't gotten no manifestation. But it's like, okay, what is your standpoint on this? Do you feel like you want to do this? Do you feel like you've given your all? Do you feel like you're ready for the results to come? Like, honestly, tell yourself, if your, ritual or your magic manifested tomorrow, will you be ready to handle it? Because we're not preparing for it to manifest next month. We're not preparing for it to manifest next year. We're not preparing for it to manifest 6 years from now. We're not preparing for it to manifest 10 years from now. We're expecting it to manifest today, right now, within this hour. And so that's why we do the workings, because we know that time, okay, and space is an illusion. And we understand that 1,000 years from now is right here, right now. We understand that time is an illusion, and what's meant to happen in 6 years, it can happen within the next 6 minutes. And that's how strong your faith has to be on. So that's why I tell y'all, I'm not concerned about anything that may be put into the mundane, because I understand how how things work, but I also trust in my spirits. I trust in my ancestors, because I got a good relationship with my ancestors, baby. A lot of you don't have good relationship with your ancestors, even though you think you do. And that's why you're oppressed still. You're repressed and you're depressed. Can we talk about it? Oppression, you're repressed, oppressed, and depressed because the relationship ain't right. Hello? And so, like I said, I trust in the process. I trust that it came to me for a reason. I trust that I also have the ability to remain dominant over any situation that comes towards me. I trust in the process. I trust in my spirit. This is why I feed my spirits. This is why I give them love and light. This is why I talk to them. I treat them nice because I treat myself nice. And that'd be another thing too. People be, treating their spirits nice, but be treating themselves fucked up. How does that work? How you out there feeding the spirits and feeding the ancestors, but you're not feeding yourself? How you out here giving the ancestors the best of the best and you ain't giving yourself the best of the best? That's not how that works. That's not how that works, beloved. So I want you to understand that you're still not manifesting your 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years worth of magical work because you really didn't want it. You really didn't want it. You're really not ready for it. And you're not ready for it because the spirit say you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it because you're not ready for it. You don't think you're worthy of it. You don't think you deserve that good life. You don't think you deserve that man. You deserve that woman. And you also start asking yourself too, what happens if it doesn't work out the way I'm expecting to work out? Once again, you don't want it. You don't feel like you're worthy of it. Like I said, I trust in the process. I know what it is that I want, and I feel like I deserve it all. I feel like I deserve it all. I feel like I deserve what is that I'm asking for. And that's what comes to pass. And a lot of times it happens before I even do the work, because the spirits know what I need. And when it comes to me, I said, baby, this is going to work out for my greater good. Like I said, it's why we have inner dialogue with ourselves. It's why we speak nice to ourselves. And it's why we only deal with person, place, and things that also speaks nice to us, that feeds us back the same energy we feed ourselves. I would never be around a man, a woman, a boy, a girl, my mama, my sister, my auntie, my uncle, my brother, my daddy, and God himself, if they're not pouring into me the way I pour into me. Can we talk about it? I'm not going to see myself as a beautiful, special, uniquely, divinely created person, energy, spirit. And you're going to say, well, I don't see you as that. Bitch, bye. You're not being in my life then. Bye. Because I'm going to see you how I see me. And if you don't see you how you see you, that's also going to cause another problem, because I'm confident in who I am. So I need you to be confident in who you are as well. If you're not, then that's something we need to work on together. You need to work on yourself, and then you come back into my life when you're ready. But that's how that works. So like I said, I don't care if it's mama, auntie, sister, brother, people, oh, you got to love your family. You got to love. You can't pick your family. Bullshit. That's what the masters told y'all. Bullshit. Bitch, these are borrowed and loaned people to fulfill your purpose. Honey, let's not get that twisted. Okay? Family is nothing but borrowed and loaned people for you to fulfill your purpose. Can we talk about it? Honey, there's no pact with them forever. There's no pact with them forever. So you be damned, I'm going to be here for 77 motherfucking years or 100 years, well, however long I'm going to be here. And I spent even 2 years of my life being disrespected by you because you don't see me for who and what I am. That's never going to happen. And so, of course, with you as well, if you're confident, if you're secured and you love who the fuck you are, you're not going to accept a disrespect. You're not going to accept half-assness from no one. And as I said, I have conversations with people, and I know based on the stories you tell me about your upbringing and your family, I know this is why you have a hard time manifesting the man or woman of your dreams, or you have a hard time manifesting the life that you truly want. You want the house and the picket fence. You have a hard time manifesting that because you truly don't feel like you deserve it. Because especially if you tell me that your mom or your dad truly didn't accept all of you, but they accept you because you were still their child. That's not enough. That's not enough, babe. You're not going to tolerate me because I'm your child. I didn't ask to be here. And the same way I have to love you and respect you because all of our parents have shortcomings. No matter, hello, if you're a parent out there, you think you're perfect, you're not. All of our parents have and have had shortcomings. Okay. And so, we can hold that against them too, but we don't. We say, well, I'm not going to hold that against my mom, because we didn't see her that much because she was out there working, she was provided. Like there are things that people could do differently and they don't. So all I'm saying is you don't have to tolerate and accept half-assness from people. If you accept them for all of their disrespect, all of their sinful ways, all of their not so perfectness, it has to be equal. And where does it say that being you is wrong? Because I could be nobody but me. You know what I mean? I can't be who you want me to be because I'm not you and you're not me. So if you want to have catfish with nuggets and alligator, that's you. Don't force me to have that because that's where you get to be disrespectful. And I don't give a fuck about you being my mama, my daddy, my auntie, my uncle. And of course, this is just all, examples, y'all, because nobody ever made me eat, whatever. Yeah, I'm thankful I had a mother who forced, as a kid to eat your fruits and vegetables. But when we became a teenager, she didn't say, you better. She let us have freedom on, being ourselves because she trusted us. She instilled in us the proper way to do things. And so she trusted in her motherfucking word. She trusted in her motherfucking discipline. She trusted in her motherfucking words that she said. And I'm saying motherfucker because, baby, I love it. Can we talk about it? I cuss when I love something, by the way. If you don't know, now you know. So that's what it comes down to. You didn't have full faith. You don't trust in yourself. You don't think you're deserving of a good man. You don't think you're deserving of a better life. And when you start believing that you truly are worthy and deserving of a good life, that's when the good life finds you. Yeah, I always tell y'all this and I always look back. The things that I'm experiencing right now in my life, the things that I'm doing right now in my life, I never thought it would be possible. I never grasped it. I always thought to myself, I'm going to always be here. I'm going to always be doing this, blah, 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 blah. But when I started saying I deserve to be happy, I deserve good people, I deserve good friendship, I deserve a happy life, I deserve a healthy life, I deserve good things around me. When I start speaking like that to myself, and even when the bad shit start creeping in, and I tell myself, you're not going to accept this. And politely, hey, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I can't accept half-assness. And what do you mean it's half-assed? Well, just like I said, if you can't fully be cooperative, baby, then it's not meant for us to be together. And it's like, oh, well, that's fucked up because I understand that too, but there's still space for something else to come in. And, baby, I'm in tune, so I know what I know. So, like I said, that's how it goes. I don't accept half-assedness from anybody. I'm going to respect you 100%. I want you to respect me 100%. I'm going to love you 100%. I want you to love me 100%. I'm going to see you as a good, loving, whatever person. And I expect you to see that as me too. If you're like, well, I like you, but I really don't trust you. Well, baby, there's things we got to work out in. Should you be around me? Should I be around you? No. When trust is built, that's when it should happen. But that's what it comes down to, y'all. Feeling like you're deserving and worthy of a better life. And this is where it happens that. And even goes into like remorse and guilt too, y'all. Like all this stuff comes up because of course we've been conditioned. Shame. You ought to be ashamed of yourself because you wanted ketchup on your French fries and they don't like ketchup on their French fries. It's like, what? Why should I be ashamed of what I like? Or you should be ashamed of yourself because that's not how we get down. No, that's not how you get down, baby. That's not how you get down. You may, you may have given me life, but that's not how you get down out of respect. Out of respect, very respectfully and humbly. That's not how you get down. That's how I get down. That's what I like. That's what I want to do with harm to none. And also going into that, y'all, as well. I would say, I play it quite safe. I say, I've done quite well for myself. I would definitely say I've attracted good people, loving people, because I was good to myself. I was loving to myself, and I didn't settle. I didn't allow people to disrespect. I wasn't tolerating, just because I want a relationship with this person, a family member, a friend, I'm going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to me. Not I. Not I, honey. Not I. Now, of course, before I go, I do want to say something. And what I'm going to start doing, y'all, because a lot of you remember when we talk about over the years, I've been on YouTube since 2009, technically. I established the channel that got deleted in 2016 or 2017. That channel was established in 2011. In either way, we talked about a lot of things. And of course, because everything I said is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, to my knowledge, okay? I remember everything I say when it comes to, teaching and sharing ideas. So let me just recap to y'all, because there's a lot of ChatGPT videos out there. And clearly, I couldn't give ChatGPT this information. Allegedly, ChatGPT is things that came from the elite. Allegedly, this is a program that was designed, by the elite people. Allegedly, I don't know who invented ChatGPT, but of course, she's an upgrade from other, Android entities. And so either way, a video came across my desk about 4 days ago, and it was a black guy with dreadlocks. Oh, and I saw an Asian guy too, who was asking ChatGPT, and maybe I could share it on my story. Maybe I'll do a quick little clip on it. How do you escape reincarnation? Because there's a reason why reincarnation is not really something that people seek out. And I told y'all this back in the day, 2016, 2017. I told y'all that when you die, don't go into the light. The whole point of us reincarnating is that the previous life, we got it wrong. That's why we're born into sin. We're born into the error. So the error. So you're not born into error because you're here to set up and fail. Your spirits, your guides, your angels, your contract that you made with the eternal source, the real eternal source, believe that you have the tools and equips you with the tools for you to survive this life so you don't have to come back again. And so our previous incarnations, leading into now, is that we have to get it right this time. And so that's why we evolve, we elevate. And unfortunately, we get higher, but we keep falling down. And so ChatGPT, y'all, is going around right now asking questions or answering questions about escaping reincarnating. And remember, I was talking about this. You had this basic ass raggedy end, raisinette looking ass bitch. Oh, excuse me. Individual. That was like, no, this bitch, what the fuck? This motherfucker know what the fuck he talking about. All disrespectful in the spirit, girl. But see, that's what happened when you stupid. When you stupid. Stupidity. You don't have to be, girl, you can be stupid at 72. And I'm not taking it back. Yes, you could be stupid, honey. Knowing better, you could learn better, but you choose not to learn better. That's what stupid is. You could learn better, but you choose not to learn better. We didn't say remedial. We didn't say handicap. We didn't say special needs. We said stupid. You choose not to learn better, and you want to fight with somebody who does know better. And so it is saying that there was a system set up right? And it's been going on for a long time, y'all. Spirits have been imitating God. Spirits have been imitating the eternal source, the real living source, the living light, the light source. They've been imitating the light source since the beginning of all time. Can we talk about it? And so they started to imitate, and even going into now how humans are not real humans. And of course, I make it a little crazy, but they're giving birth to other so-called human people, and they're not really human people. These beings set up a fake system that was to harness spirits to keep them trapped down here so that their energies could live, because you're feeding their energy, you're feeding their light. You being ignorant, you being segregated, you being separated, you being disrespectful, you saying you don't deal with, white people for whatever reason. This is feeding that energy. This is feeding that artificial source. And that's what they want. They want you to fall further from the grace. They want you to fall further from who you are, because the eternal light is in you. You're a part of the light. You're part of the light. If you have a soul, you're part of the light. And so they want to keep you further away from you, and they want you to keep you stuck on, focused on them and their agendas and their goals. And a lot of people fall for that. That's how I began when they be like, I'm so spiritual, I'm so spiritual. But it's like, I don't see it. And I say that very respectfully. If you're really connected with the source within, and you really are on the journey to elevating, there will be no external sources that will cause you to have to become addicted to it, to escape what is going on, because you signed up for this. So the closer you get to your internal source, your internal source, which is the internal source, the forever existing source, the creator of all things, and it does not have a gender. It's universal. It's non-binary. Can we talk about it? It does not have a gender. You become knowing of who you are. So you're like, I'm not going to temporarily, fix this issue by drinking, because that's not going to do nothing for you spiritually. That's not going to feed your light. Or I'm going to pop a pill, and so forth, so forth, so forth. And so either way, on these videos, that's what it's telling them. And I've been telling y'all this. We've been talking about this, y'all. We did a whole fucking video. I think the video was like 8 hours and 7 minutes long, where we talked about getting stuck. And what they do is they set up a fake illusion. They do like a blue beam. You're going through the light, and you're like, oh my God, I see a big mama at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I see grandpa. Oh my God, hey, that's grandpa. You get to that light, and bitch is done. Bitch, you get back into darkness, girl. You get tortured, and then you're released, and you come back into your tea. And that's how that goes. And so ChatGPT is talking about things. I mentioned this years ago. And yet I was told I talk outside of my ass. What the fuck I know, right? I just be talking. Like, I just be talking. Like, I just need to hear myself talk. I just like making up stories to tell y'all shit because it sounds cute. I mean, I have like 100,000 followers anyway. You know what I mean? So I just make shit up, and just give out, fake tea to people because I need my subscribers and I need my views so I get my YouTube check. Girl, bye. I told y'all my purpose of being here, and that's what I'm here for. Yes, it's cute to connect and make connections with like-minded people. Yes, it's cute to make connections to help people, and I'm getting helped in the process. But at the end of the day, baby, we're here to feed spirits. We're here to feed minds. That's what we're here for. We're here to change perceptions. Bitch, we're tired of doing the same shit over and over again. We're tired of being reincarnated over and over again. And although the slavery is different, you're still enslaved. We're tired of hearing the same stories that's been told for 1,500 years. And of course, they're not going back to that. They don't want to go back to that. Even though there's stories, the stories that they're telling now that happened 350 years ago. Girl, that's a repeated story. They have to set up these people and these agendas and these stories to keep you stuck. So you could be stuck in guilt, remorse. You could be remorseful. You could be afraid, because these things, guilt, shame, remorse, and fear, keeps you stuck and trapped in this current realm. And so even when you pass on, you come back down, and that's what they want. They don't want you to elevate. They don't want you to be reunited with the true source. And in that experience, all things are fed back to you because you're experiencing it. It's kind of like taking a USB drive, right? And of course, you could put your USB drive on any computer, y'all, and you can look up the files that's on the USB drive. But something about plugging the USB drive back into the source, the main source of where the information came from, is something happens, like it moves quickly. And I can tell you this from experience, right? I've downloaded stuff off of a computer, off of a laptop, and when I took the USB drive and I put it into other computers and laptops, it seemed like there was some type of lag. When I put it back into the original source, the motherfucker lit up. The computer was like, "Whoa, welcome home." And that's how it is for us. So we're concerned about being reunited with our mamas and our sisters and our aunts and our brothers in the sense of, yes, we will be reunited with them, but it's not in the physical form. My mama, your sister, your brother, even me, y'all, we're not this physical flesh. We're energy. So I'm drawn to you by your energy. I'm not drawn to you because you look pretty or you smell good. Because, bitch, in reality, there's unattractive people that I'm drawn to, that I connect with, because it's not about that. The energy and the source is what makes us kindred. It's what rekindles, what reunites us. That's what connects us. It's the energetic source. That's how a lot of people get set up and they get fucked over, because they go by, oh, they look like me. Oh, they look good. Yeah, girl, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, girl, They look like Captain Stable-Hose and they got these people together. So I want you to understand that when this is all said and done and you're reunited, because eventually we're all going to get there. That's why we keep having reincarnations. Eventually you're going to escape out of this fake ass matrix. And we're going to say matrix this because it's multiple. You're going to be reunited. You're going to be plugged in because you've been collecting files and data. It's like a USB port being traveled from computer to computer, downloading different information, different sources. When you're plugged back into the major system, the eternal source, baby, that's when you're going to have a replay, a repeat of all the things that should have been that were not been. And it's not for you to be remorseful. It's not for you to feel bad and feel sad about what you did not do, but it's for you to elevate in spirit. It's for you to elevate, gain your, quote unquote wings and get your halo. But like I said, currently right now, we're in a felt system, and y'all, we're seeing it because they're fighting. We're seeing it even in the physical world. We're seeing it in the politics. We're seeing it in the religion. We're seeing it in every aspect of existence right now. We are in a felt system, and it's been a felt system. And unfortunately, and that's why I keep talking about it, some people have got offended by it, and I really don't give a fuck, because Spirit said it is what it is, and you keep speaking your motherfucking truth, because you're not going to be liked for speaking your motherfucking truth. Some people might like you, but majority ain't, because they want to be asleep. You may think that these stories that they told you are real. You may think that the situation they told you are real, so you're here to get revenge. At least that's what you think. I'm here to revenge for my ancestors. That's what you think. Because that's how you think. They actually thinking that the battle was yours. They actually thinking that you are here to fight those battles. But the battles are internally. The battles are spiritually. And so I be wanting people to wake up, regardless of being gay, straight, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, because you all been told lies and you all been spellbound. But the majority of the ones that really be filling in its current day and age, in its current timeline, are Black folks. And I need my Black folks to wake up. I need them to wake up. The information is it's been given to them, and they see it as, oh, the white man really don't like us. Y'all too focused on that shit. They're the one that told you the story. So they don't like you, but you're still keeping a story. You still keeping their fairy tales they told you. Make it make sense. That sounds like Stockholm Syndrome to me. If I'm truly connected and I'm aware of my carbon and I'm aware of my, ancestral lineage, and I'm aware of my energetic bodies, and I understand that my body holds trauma, because that's what a lot of people be talking about. And I understand how to venerate my ancestors to get my answers. I'm going to really go within and get these answers. But what be really pissing me the fuck off, y'all, and I always tell y'all this, is that people be playing. I'm connected to my ancestors. Like, girl, your ancestors told you to put that on? Did your ancestors tell you the real story, how you actually got here? Did your ancestors show you why the stories over there in that land is so different about the stories about you over here? Did you ever, and that's what I always ask, have you, as a modern day African-American, quote unquote, have you ever asked the Africans what stories they're told about y'all? Have you ever did your research? on why, if black people came from Africa, what made them move the Geechee people and the Carolinian people to Africa, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Cameroon in the 1800s, 1700s? You ever ask those questions? What made them switch y'all out? And this is proven, y'all. Look this up. It's proven. You never questioned this stuff? If you really came from them, why do they need to send some of you back and then, switch out? Hello? Because they did what they've always been doing. Because you look alike, oh, we can get over on these people. Because there's some similarity, we can get over it because they don't know better. They're gonna think they're the same species. They don't think they're the same because they all got brown skin and kinky hair. They're gonna think they're all the same. And we're gonna use that against them. But like I said, if you're really connected with your ancestors, ask them the stories, ask them the questions. Ask them what happened. Tell them to show you all these psychics, all these African, quote unquote, African American psychics and tarot readers. Ask your ancestors to show you what is going on. And this is how we're going to know if you really tapping in the source or you just under some type of spell and whatever spirits are here to deceive you are deceiving you. Because you got to also ask yourself this: if you're so tapped in and you're so in tune, why you're not elevating? If you're so tapped in and you're so in tune, why are other people coming here and getting ahead of you? Because this is spiritual, not physical. The spiritual overrules the physical. The spiritual dictates the physical. And that's what y'all understand, so-called conscious and spiritual awakened people. Oh, I got my spiritual awakening. I got my download. I got it. Bitch, liar, liar. Liar, you are under a demonic psychosis. You're under attack. You are under some type of mental attack. Who you really are and who you told you were are fighting each other, and it's breaking you down physically, mentally, and emotionally. You didn't get no fucking downloads on the white man as the enemy. You didn't get those downloads, sis. Because, baby, before the white man got over there, y'all wasn't fighting each other? If that was true, y'all wasn't fighting each other? Africans wasn't fighting Africans? Hello? Native Americans in America were not fighting each other. Tribes were not fighting each other. Can we talk about it? Hello? Or is that a little too deep? You've been set up to fail. And it's only because they had to indoctrinate you with certain energy, certain frequency. So when the time came for you to awaken and for you to really access your power, you've been accessing the programs that they put out for you to access. And so now my ancestors are speaking to me. My ancestors are seeking retaliation. Oh, girl, they don't give a fuck about no plantation, girl. They don't give a fuck about no doll. They don't give a fuck about no white people exploiting that bullshit, girl. That is in this realm, there in the next realm, girl. But what they did know, and the people that set this shit up anyway, they knew that it was going to still leave some type of remembrance, some type of trauma that was going to remind you of what they told you are. And that was going to instill some type of fear. That was going to keep you trapped because you're like, at the end of the day, there's no running. I can't get ahead. I can't get above this. I can't do more. I can't excel. I can't be where I want to be at. And that's what they did. They have to keep reminding you of how, quote unquote, worthless and how, quote unquote, animalistic you are, that you're not equal to. And I even saw something because I told somebody years ago that from what I know, from what I understand to be human history, is that the Neanderthals were dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people with colored hair. Red hair, orange hair, brown hair. And I think I even came on YouTube and said this a couple of years ago. And now they're saying that red-haired people are actually black people. And people are like, whoa. And I'm like, girl, that's not shocking to me. Bitch, when I say I connect with spirit, I connect with spirit. Baby, I want to know when, why. I want to know these questions. And I know that men cannot tell me these questions because they have their own storyline that they want to equip me with so that I cannot rise above them. So I'm going to go to the source and I'm going to say, well, God, why is it that white folks have all these characteristics? Why, if white is the same, why do they all have characteristics, but they keep depicting black people as the same characteristics? Big nose, big lips, buck eye, whatever. But white folks grow blonde hair, dark hair, red hair, curly hair, kinky hair, wavy hair. Like, girl, But for black folks, they want to keep iterating the same. Girl, this was my question years ago. And like I said, Spirit showed me what it was. And so I've always said that baby, y'all have the stories twisted and fucked up. And they have to tell you the stories a certain way so that once again, you could be afraid. Girl, you have people out here talking about a lot of shit, girl. Like I said, I'm not getting into that. But of course, I understand that everybody cannot be safe. I understand that some people want to be stuck. They want to be trapped in a cycle. And I just have to leave them. I just have to leave them where they're at. And of course, give them grace and keep it pushing. I don't have to listen to it because once you know, you cannot undo what you know. But I do know what I know. I do know what I've, researched. I do know what Spirit has brought to me. I do know what I've, seen through, meditation and fasting and my visions and stuff. So like I said, I know a lot of things, even going into my teachings about human history and things they're not really talking about. And I even came across this and I brought up the Neanderthal thing because they were sitting here showing a woman from 10,500 years ago. And it was a brown skinned woman with blue eyes. She had white people lips, but she had like a black person nose. And you had a black man that came up and commented, of course. And I was like, this is sad. And he was like, you actually cannot figure out without having a cranium, you just can't figure out through DNA only what this looked like down to the wrinkles and the scars, blah, blah, blah. And I commented, y'all, and I said, you're proving exactly what they've been saying correct all these years. If they have a system like your phone that you depend upon for everything, can we talk about it? If they can create a system like that to tell you about who you are, because you be looking up shit, Google, hey, Google, what does it mean to, hey, Google, yeah. If they could create a system like that, if they create a system to design 3D, let's say 3D printing, if they can create that type of technology to 3D print a purse, a house, a car, why would they not have technology? Just because you don't have access to that technology, that doesn't mean they don't have access to technology to create what a woman looked like 10,500 years ago. And better yet, if you have not been watching the motherfucking news, they've been digging up beings from 30,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, and what they look like. Hello? What the fuck do they look like? So you're going to sit here and say, because these are intelligent people. Now, there's some of them might play dumb. And not all these scientists are against us. They're actually here for us. Okay? Because of course I keep telling y'all, girl, when they think if something big is going to happen, and it's already been attempted throughout the years and it has not happened. Anything that's happened, catastrophically, it's been Mother Nature. They've been trying to come in and do some shit. Mother Nature got everybody together. Can we talk about it? But trust when I tell you this, if it ever came down to the point to where it was the people were completely waking up, and let's say the money became obsolete, like it really wasn't that important anymore. Oh, girl, they're gonna be, a lot of people are gonna be waking up and showing, and not waking up, but revealing that they're here for the people. They're giving out information for you to remember what you are and who you are. But like I said, all y'all, not all y'all, a lot of y'all been spellbound. You're sleeping. You're in a dream. You think this shit is real. You think because you look like you, act like you, talk like you, walk like you, that's your sis or that's your bruh. And it's not. It's not. It's just it's a wolf in sheep clothing. See, and that's how they set it up to be. We need to confuse these people. We need to confuse these people to thinking that they vibe with their own people to entrust, to build trust so they can start telling it and we can figure things out. Y'all listen, y'all pay attention. There's a lot that's going on social media shit too, where you're saying exactly what I'm talking about, girl. There's been always people infiltrating. There's always been people acting like disguising. Allegedly Drake, girl, anyway, I'm not going to get into that because I don't get into the pop culture shit. But girl, there's a lot with a lot. And all I'm saying is, if you really are spiritually inclined, I've always been encouraging, but I'm really telling you right now, this is the right time to start really allowing spirits to come in and talk to you. We've been set up. We've been having, covert agents coming through, act like they're awakening the black folks shit. That be another thing I've been thinking about too. What's her name? Dolores Cannon. Now, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Let me look this up really quickly. And I want to be very respectful because we all have to go out somehow, some way, right? So I want to be respectful as I can, to her loved ones that are here and those who supported her, right? I want to see what Dolores Cannon passed away from before I make this statement, because of course, this is not just about race. This goes into a lot with a lot. So Dolores Cannon was a self-trained hypnotherapist and a publisher. She was the leader of the New Age movement and promoter of fringe theories related to aliens and alternative realities. But I want to know. I guess I didn't type that in. Oh, they don't want to say what she died from. What did she die from? I mean, she lived a long time, 83 years. It says natural causes. Um, yeah, that woman. Listen, and I want to be very respectful here. A lot of ailments and diseases and stuff that we have in the body is because of lack of nourishment, lack of hydration, lack of rest. And a lot of us can go to bed, but we're not resting because we're thinking about things. We're always working on something, right? There's always something going on. I've always been curious to know the right message be delivered, but it be the wrong messenger. I can show y'all, and I always tell you this, I'm a queen of receipts. If I'm sharing you information on how to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's because I A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if I didn't A, B, C, D, F, G, I've helped someone get A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I keep receipts on all this. And so we can show medical records, we can show doctor notes, doctor letters, we can even have, hell, we do a lot with a lot to prove a lot. I find it hard, regardless of how old someone is. I'm like, you're connecting to these spirits, but these spirits are not telling you to get your body together. These spirits are not telling you to get your health together. Because, girl, like 83 is a long life. We're going to say she lived a good life, for 83 years. But the ancient people lived like 900 years, 300 years, 400 years, 500 years. And the Bible doesn't say that he stopped allowing people, or God stopped allowing people to live that old. Something happened, something changed to where we stopped living that old. And even going into how modern day science will say, well, back in the day, they only lived to be 30 years old. Neanderthals was like 27, 28, 29. Girl, who said that God created the Neanderthals? Who say that the Neanderthals were creation of God? How would not know that the Neanderthals was some type of mutation or some type of evolution of an entity or an energy that creeped into the physical realm from the spirit realm and got people together? Like, who's to say that? Right? Who is to say that? That's all I'm asking. Who is to say that? So that doesn't prove anything to me of the eternal source and who and what we really are. And so I be getting it, and I be looking at like the Dolores Cannon, where I'm like, this lady is sick in the body, and she's getting all these downloads from these spirits are talking to her. That's so amazing. But Erykah Badu don't get communications and intuitiveness with spirits and stuff. This is a completely healthy woman who's eating of the earth. She's charging her body up. She sleeps on the earth. She charged her cells up because we come from the earth. From the earth we come. From the earth we'll go back. Then you got the people that be so not connected to the earth that be getting all these answers shit. I'm just like, so you got this information from where? Who gave this to you? How did you connect to this? Because I told y'all, and I'm gonna be, I'm willing to stand corrected. I'm willing to stand corrected. Okay. There's books from 1292. And if you know, you know. There's books from 1352. There's books from 15. Yeah, 1592. There's books from 1708. There's books from 1883. There's books of, girl, there's information that has been translated into modern day readable, understandable information. And these books and this information, these people, they knew about planetary energies. They knew about the earth. They knew about how to tap into sources, because you are the embodiment of all these energies in one. This is why zodiac signs are so important. This is why it's talked about. This is why Monday is Monday, Tuesday is Tuesday, Wednesday is Wednesday. This is why fruits and vegetables have certain names. Hello? These are all planetary influences that we've never been to physically. So what you're not going to tell me, as somebody who's awakened, and I know this to be true, because this is what I do, regardless of how much weight I've gained, regardless of what I've ate in the past, I still knew the importance of being hydrated, sleeping, and taking nutrients, because I still took multivitamins. I still, did all those things. I still drank tea. I still, use herbs in my foods and stuff, y'all. I don't just use, salt, pepper, seasonal. I don't even use seasonal. We use herbs, girl. Cumin, oregano. We use thyme. We use basil. We use sage, girl. We use cloves. We use cinnamon, girl. We use a lot sumac berries, girl. Cayenne, girl. Paprika. Like, we use a lot of seasons in our food, and girl. Even when we're not eating nothing, that need to be seasoned like that, girl, I still sprinkle it on my food, because I know the importance of these herbs and the frequencies they give us. They communicate to us. Everything we put in our body communicate with us. And I promise I'm going to keep this short. So I've always been curious to know that how these people that are clearly not supplemented, that are clearly not charging their body, who are clearly not hydrating, who are clearly not detoxing, who has been taken over by parasites, which are also could be viewed as demonic entities. Because if you see what parasites look like on camera, baby, you'll make sure that colon stay as flat as it can. You make sure that colon stay as cleaned and purged as you possibly can. Hello? You'll make sure that colon, and you don't have a lot of visceral fat in that abdomen area. You'll make sure to keep that nice and toned and shit, girl, as much as you can. Because those motherfuckers look ugly as fuck. And imagine those things living in you, crawling through your intestines and shit, your pancreas, your liver and shit. Like, oh, girl, I'm disturbed by that. So I'm like, these should be having all these answers, but it's like, why are you not applying this to your own life? Miss Dolores had translucent teeth, which says that she lacks calcium. I'm being respectful here. Miss Dolores was giving a lot with a lot looking at her. This was not a glowing, healthy, spiritually in tune person that was just glowing, girl. She looked filtered without a filter. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Is that a little too deep? And even going into some of y'all professional people like Bobby Hemmett. Girl, these people were giving sick, diabetes, high blood pressure. These people were giving parasites all through their body. And although they were speaking of, oh, I'm completely healthy, it doesn't just manifest. It doesn't just manifest out of nowhere. It lingers, and then something awakens it, and then it comes out. And so it's like, it's always been the right message, but it's like, are you getting these from spirits, or is this what you were taught? Is this book smart, or is this spiritual smart? Because a lot of people be trying to obtain, and I'm thinking of like a movie or something where this person needed all this knowledge, where they were going to the books, and I got to learn this, I got to learn that, I got to learn this. And they're really trying to tap into tea by reading, but it's like your DNA is the library. And that's what I never understood. If you're so spiritually inclined and you're so spiritually awakened, why are you not tapping into the cells within your body, aka the book, to get the motherfucking knowledge and wisdom you need to get ahead and to elevate? And for first and foremost, in the body. Because health is wealth. The same spirits that preside over wealth is the same spirits that reside over health, and vice motherfucking versa. And if you don't know, now you know. Any spirit that deals with money, that's a real spirit, also deals with healing of the mind, body, and spirit. And like I said, I'm willing to say correct, bitch. $1,000. Let's bet $1,000. Bitch, who got $1,000? Let's bet $1,000, bitch. One fucking K. Any spirit that is truly a spirit that deals with money, deals with motherfucking health. That's what I say. Health is motherfucking wealth. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that you're tapping into riches, because knowledge is a riches, by the way. Knowledge is considered a hidden treasure, because everybody don't have access to knowledge. People can read the same book, but everybody don't unlock what the book is really telling you. Hello? That's clearly why people are missing the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. That's why people are clearly missing the messages up in it. That's why they're running around with their head cut off. People are over here, doing crimes and shit and killing innocent children and shit for the sake of the Bible and shit. Like, girl, wake up. Wake up from that foolishness, girl. The devil got y'all fucked up. Hello? The lack of knowing got y'all fucked up. The lack of knowledge got y'all fucked up, because that's the devil. The lack of knowledge, ignorance is the motherfucking devil. Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep? So that's what we have to understand, is you are so in tune and you are so knowledgeable and you got all the answers. And I have wisdom from the ancestors. No, bitch, you don't got wisdom from fucking ancestors. You learned that shit from one of the occult masters. You learned that shit from Beverly Rudolph, or you learned that shit from Aleister Crowley or his other racist ass people. That's where the fuck you got that knowledge from, bitch. Because how the fuck was it in that book before you even born out, but seriously, you tapped into it? And if you got all this information, why the spirit's not telling you you need to work on your body? Everybody be, oh, the spirit's telling me that you need to work on your gut. Girl, I've seen some of these psychics, y'all, and if I've ever said this, y'all, please just cuss me out, call me a liar, hang in my face, and hang up in my face and do a video about me and read me the fucking filth. I be watching these psychics and shit, and they all be like, Spirit is telling me you need to drink more water. Spirit is telling me there's something with your gut. There's something with your digestive system here. That's the fucking average American. That's average America. And then on the flip side, the ones that be saying that be having fucked up ass guts. Girl, it's not normal to have, girl, come on now. If you're really detoxing your body and your liver and stuff is working the way it should be, you're not going to have rolls like that. So the same spirit that's telling you about these people getting their gut together and drink more water because you're a little constipated. You need more fiber in your food. These spirits are not telling you to put more fiber in your food too. So you don't have a clogged intestines, so you don't get your liver backed up, then fucks up your your pancreas, then you get diabetes and shit. You end up getting vascular issues. Now you're on 12 or 13 medications. Spirit really wants you to be on medicines? Like, make it make sense. Make it make fucking sense. That's it. They be playing with y'all, and they be playing with y'all hard. And they don't fuck with a bitch like me because I say what it is and I mean what it is. And I say how I say what it is and I stand on what I say. If spirits are talking to you and telling you all this good tea about people and get themselves together, why is spirit not telling you the same thing? That is like me coming out here and telling y'all, spirit's telling me that y'all need to stop wearing those wigs and stop wearing those lashes and stop putting on makeup. Spirit is telling me that you need to leave the makeup alone because the makeup is fucking up your skin. Girl, the cattle calling the black cattle calling the black pot black. Is that how it goes? Is that how it goes? I don't know. Whatever. Calling the pot calling the pot black. The pot calling a pot a pot. How about that? Let's rewrite it. The pot calling a pot a pot. The fuck? Girl, what I look like telling you, Spirit is telling you need to lose a little bit of weight too, because there's something going on with that, and I need to lose weight too. How does that work? Spirit is coming through right now, y'all. Because sometimes I've been wondering too, is Spirit giving you a message or Spirit telling you to tell them that? Because I've been thinking that girl, Spirit is telling you that. Spirit is talking to you, ma'am. Spirit is not telling you about these people because these people can cam up and you cam up, but I guarantee you their stomach is nice and tight compared to yours. And Spirit is telling you to tell them to watch out for their digestive system so yours ain't fucked up. Spirit is telling you to tell them they need to lose weight because there's some health issues coming up. And Spirit is not telling you that. Like that, it's always the ones that give those type readings where I'm just like, this doesn't make sense to me. Where I be like scratching my head, moving my wig back sometimes. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And it's like, girl, what? And there's one in particular I was watching for like 2 years. And I stopped because the girl just came loony. The further, like, I just like, girl, But I'm like, girl, mama was talking about Spirit telling you need to might lose a little weight. Spirit telling you need to take more vitamins. Spirit telling you need to detox. Yeah, girl, Mama's been wearing a weight trainer. Mama's been wearing a weight trainer since 2023. And that stomach is still looking the way it's looking, girl. And I'm just like, ma'am, listen, we're going to need you to get it together. Is Spirit talking to people or Spirit talking to you? Is spirit telling you or spirit telling these people? Because I would like to believe the spirit is going to stop these people and wake them up and say, bitch, eat right. I mean, that's what I would think. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. That's just what I be thinking. But I'm just like, girl, can we come if we can we come and give if we have it to give? Can we talk about it? That's the analogy. If we have it to give, we can give. If we don't have it to give, we can't give it. Babe, you cannot tell me I need to lose weight and you need to lose weight. You cannot tell me that the spirit is telling you that I need to get my digestive system together when clearly your digestive system is fucked up. You need some probiotics. You need to supplement some probiotics. Girl, you need 55 billion and up. You need the more cabbage and shit. Like, clearly, no shade. Like, girl, spirit talking to you or spirit talking to me? Spirit say you need to sleep some more. Yeah, but you say you are up for 3 days. I'm not up for 3 days ever. So is spirit telling you to tell me that, or spirit telling you to go to fucking sleep? Because girl, ain't nothing that serious to where you can't shut off your brain. It's the computer. It needs to be cut off, just like your cell phone. Your cell phone has to be cut off, y'all. It cannot stay on all day, every day. You have to turn that phone off eventually and turn it back on. It has to rest. Your computer too, or it's gonna be fucked up. Can we talk about it? So that's why I'm getting with that, y'all. That's it. Honey, the more you know, the more you grow. And it's not always about the physical stuff, girl. Tap in, reconnect with the herb. See what herbs and stuff, y'all. And I would say, God, baby, I got the juice. I got the knowledge. I invested in some tea. I invested in techniques. I invested in learning how to tap in and to get what I need to get and to share what I need to share with. There's stuff out there, there's information out there that was out there before the internet came about that would tell you why it's important to drink herbs, important to supplement certain minerals, importance of resting, importance of bathing. There's reasons for that. There's reasons for that. Like I said, there's books and stuff out there. There's information that was passed on that people put into books that's telling you the when, the why, and the hows. And so, oh, I don't believe in the crystals. I don't believe in the herbs. I don't believe in the incense. I don't do this. I don't do that. Well, this is why you're having the shit you're having now. Because you're not understanding that everything could be unlocked with a crystal, an herb, words or practices. Everything could be changed. Everything could be changed. And I'm really telling y'all this too. There's a huge challenge that I want to do next year. And the gag of it's all with this challenge, honey. Anyway, I'm not gonna say it yet. But I want to do a challenge next year, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing, honey. It's gonna be amazing. When I tell you, the people who have what they claim they have, if they actually have it, it's coming back to them. The people who claim that they have it and they don't have it, they're losing it. They're like, where is it going? What's going on? What's happening? Learn who you are. Stop letting people tell you who the fuck you are. Learn to have more respect and love for yourself. Stop letting people give you half of them. Stop letting people dictate their connection with you and you know, holding you hostage from you. Can we talk about it? Or I can love you, but I can only love you this and that. No, baby, you don't love me then. Hello? And that's another thing too, baby. Listen, ain't no I love you, but I don't love your sin. No, baby, I don't like what the fuck you're doing. And if you're doing that, because you want to do it, so baby, we're clearly not compatible. I wish you the best in your endeavors and blah, blah, blah. That's it. You know, well, I don't really agree with it, but I'm, you know, I like you and I'm willing to fight. No, bitch, no, you don't like me at all. Because you like me, you like all of me. You like that I cuss. You like that I flip people off. You like the fact that I will fight a bitch if I have to. You like the fact that I know how to keep my mouth shut when I need to keep my mouth shut. Like, you like everything about me. Well, I like everything about you, but there's one thing I dislike about you. Well, you really don't like me then, bitch. The fuck? You really don't like me. Stop playing with me, honey. Stop playing with yourself. You really don't like me. Because I like all of you. Your flaws, your perfections, your imperfections, flaws. But yeah, anyway. Y'all, let me see up here. Somebody up here. Let me go. Mystic. Did some of the indigenous people in Mexico and Central America look similar to Australian Aborigines, dark skin with blonde or ginger hair? Of course they did. Of course they did. Let me tell you what's so crazy too. I truly feel like the story about the Babel Tower is really the story about the race of people. You know, in the Bible, Nimrod was building a tower to get to heaven. And God saw this and God destroyed this tower. And then it tried to do it again. And, you know, God destroyed it again. And he actually split it up to where nobody spoke the same language because allegedly they were coming together to build this tower. So they spoke different languages, different tongues. They couldn't share with each other what they were doing. And that's how ultimately the tower was not built again. Right. And so I really think that that pertains to race of people. I do feel like, you know, there was one source of certain people or one person in particular, and I felt like this could be translated in different ways, and I feel like it split it up, and then this one person became multiple people, then multiple races became, and then other energies started coming in and started influencing these energies, and so forth and so forth, and or it's speaking of race, period. So there was one tower that was connecting one civilization of people to its creator. The creator clearly said you fell from grace to learn about who and what you are, and you keep trying to interrupt my process, my program, because I know what's best for you and I always have. And so what ended up happening was these people got together and they started trying to build it up and it got destroyed. They built it up, finally got destroyed, and the spirit said, now I'm going to make it to where people who look like you are going to speak Spanish, English, French, and of course there's other indigenous languages that are no longer here. Right. And so that's what it was. And so now that's why we have black people in Argentina. That's why we have brown people over here. We got white people over here. We got white people there. And of course they're like, well, how did they get there? Oh, they got there on boat. Bullshit, girl. Girl, the waters barely became tamed and shit. Because you got to remember, girl, the earth is always shifting. So the waters rarely became tameable. Not all waters are tameable. Recently, like we're going to say within the past, like, bro, so many hundred years. So you're going to tell me thousands of years. Well, yeah, because the planet was together. And that's how, no, girl, that's what the scientists are trying to tell y'all. I think the tower, the Babel Tower that Nimrod created is a analogy. Because when somebody call you an idiot, what do they call you? Have everybody been called you Nimrod? Hello? Have anybody ever heard somebody been called you Nimrod? You idiot? You imbecile? Hello? Oh, come on in here. So that's what it is. I think it was race. I think that there's different races of people, you know, and I think that's why there's blacks everywhere. You know, blacks in the Philippines, blacks in India, black in China, black in Brazil. They're saying, oh, they found a skull in China and it was traced back to Africa. Well, I mean, hello. I mean, hello. Can we talk? Hello. Maybe I need to start saying hello like that. Hello. That's how you say stupid. That's how you say hello when you're trying to get people attention. Hello. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Can we talk? Oh, let me go all the way. Oh, that's way down there. Girl, that's wow. It is wow, Debbie. It is well. Hey, come on, Debbie. How you doing? Yes, Rasta. Real talk. This has been a fantastic month, and things are going for the greatest. I hope you're having a great life too. Confidence is key, and start for good representation have been very motivation. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm having a great life, Rasta Riley. You know why? I'm having a great life because I deserve to have a good life, and I'm not accepting anything but that. And that's why, and your life is great because you're the same way, Rasta. You said, I don't deserve lies. I don't deserve fake ass people no more. We can't give people the benefit of the doubt. If they're fucked up as people, they're fucked up as people. We cannot think that person is going to change. We cannot say, well, I trust that. No, baby, if a person don't like themselves, they don't fucking like themselves. If they like themselves, they can fucking hate you and do shit to you too. I don't trust nobody who don't like their motherfucking self. Can we talk about it? If you don't want what's better for you, you don't want to be in a healthy environment, you don't want to be in a healthy, energetic situation, then baby, I can't trust you because baby, you don't care for you don't care for me. How you want better for me, then you want better for you? That doesn't make sense. I really want you to be better than me. What? Ain't nobody saying that but an idiot because I don't want anybody to be better than me. Hello? I want anybody to be better than me, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. We could play that role, and yeah, you're my equal. Bullshit. Girl, if you don't think you're the shit and you don't think you're the best at what you do, I don't know what to say, girl. I mean, on a realistic perspective, I'm like, well, there may be someone better than me when it comes to society and social standards. But in my eyes, in my spirit eyes, I'm like, no, ain't nobody better than me in my world. Sorry. No, maybe in your world you are, but in my world, you're not better than me, babe. We're equals or you're less than, but you're not greater than, babe. Sorry. We're equals or you're less than, babe. You're not greater than me. And I can always, as a Gemini, I can always shape shift and become something to prove to baby that we're equal or I'm better than you. Hello? And I'm gonna say respectfully equal too. Because I would never think I'm better than anybody. Hello? Unless you show me that I am. Hello? Hello, can we talk about it? Okay. Debbie, come on here. Yes, honey. Okay, I already clicked on that. Why is it? Okay. Yes, honey, come on in here. Yes, King of Sheba. Mystic, thank you so much. Happy belated birthday. Yours is coming up, Jay, huh? Ow. Oh, Jay, your birthday is going to be powerful. Your birthday going to be powerful this month, Jay, huh? Oh, look at you. Oh, sticky now. Uh-oh. Oh, what you got going on? What you got going on for your birthday, Jay? Your birthday coming up too, Jay. Well, I don't want to put it out there like that because maybe you don't want anybody to know your birthday. If I remember correctly, I think, it's coming up. It's coming up on a very, it's coming up soon. I mean, when I say soon, it's coming up soon. Okay? Yes, honey. Come on in here. Come on, Debbie. Yes, honey. The old Arcan white light deception. Yes, intergalactic agreement trap. How do we avoid it besides just knowing about it? What's that, Riley? Come on here, Rasta Riley. What's you know about it, Rasta? So how you avoid it, first and foremost, is knowing who you are, understanding who you are. Every single day you speak to yourself, you speak to your environment because the environment is always speaking to you. Hello? You're always knowing. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something very quickly. Because it's 10:40. And my windows are wide up, and I want the security to come by and be like, bitch, you being loud. Ooh, because that's the fine, 150. And if you get 2 fines, it's automatic, you're out of here. Okay. And so either way, I was walking Bella earlier. Look, Anu was just trying to be so nosy right now, y'all. Anu was just trying to be so nosy right now. Girl, he looking up at me. He like, why you starting to go over there? I'm talking to the people, okay? Can I talk to YouTube right now? So listen, y'all. And y'all gonna hear this from right now too, y'all, because it's a little warm right now. And so listen, I was walking Bella under this tree, and I was looking at the tree, and I said, why does this look like vanilla beans growing? Like, okay, this is amazing, right? And I'm feeling wetness. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's warm today. Where the fuck is this water coming from? So I'm looking around because I'm like, maybe somebody is like squirting me and I don't know. So y'all, I really was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm feeling water come on me. And then I literally was like, oh, this bitch gonna think I'm weird. So there was a lady and I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, can I ask you something? Can you come right here? Can you tell me, do you feel water over here too? Or is it just me? So she's standing there. She's like, no, I don't feel water. And I said, oh, really? I said, oh, shit, I guess I'm feeling something. And she said, oh, my God, I just felt that. And I'm like, where the fuck? And then she's like, I just felt it. And I'm like, where the fuck is this water? Y'all, I don't know. The only thing that was there was this tree. And there was no birds. There was no nothing there. And like I said, you couldn't see the water, but you could feel wetness get on you. Girl, I was like, is this tree trying to communicate to us? Is it like, what the fuck is this tree doing? Is it trying to wet us up? Does it wet itself? Does it wet the ground? And of course, I'm going to do my research on that because that happened today. Like, is there trees that drip water? Because it wasn't sap or anything. I was not sticky. Like, so you can feel it, but you don't see the water droppings. And so either way, y'all, I feel like nature's always talking to us. And who you are, nature is going to remind you who you are. And you're going to see the signs in the wild animals. You're going to see the signs in animals, period. If you own animals, you're going to notice the signs. If you don't have animals and you go to meet somebody else's animals, you're going to know about your energy and your identity based on this. And like I said, not just animals, but trees, birds, butterflies, ladybugs, spiders, all these things outside in nature are going to tell you about who you are. And so, like I said, once you know who you are and accept who you are, the information will always find you. I think that one of the biggest things that really annoyed the hell out of me, or did before, and I'm like, no, I trust in the process, is that I wanted to learn a lot of things. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened if I don't get to learn it? What happened? I only got, 100 years. What happened if I don't learn all this in 100 years? I want to know more, and I got to know this, I got to know that. But that's when it came to me and said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so the same thing with that. When the student is ready, the information appears, because the teacher is not always a person. The teacher is the information that you receive. You're being taught by the information. And so when you come to that point of life, as long as you stay true to who you are, and you always speak to yourself, you have that inner dialogue with yourself, and you treat yourself well, and you talk to yourself nicely. Oh, I'm so stupid for that. No, you're not. Oh my God, I could have done better. Oh my God, what was I thinking? No, baby, I don't beat myself up, girl. Hello? I trust in the process. I trust that you did it, and you thought what you did, because whatever. That's how you escape that. Not to mention, it's kind of like when you go to sleep, Rasta. When you're asleep and you're falling into a state, and people say this is a lucid dream, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. Because your brain is working 95% when you're sleeping. 95% when you're sleeping, your subconscious brain is working, okay? And it's shaping your reality. Your subconscious brain shapes your reality. So this tells me that your subconscious brain, while you're sleeping, and your conscious brain communicates with each other. And what makes people wake up or have sleep paralysis is the process of you waking up while the subconscious brain is still in its state. So you have that type of experience when your body, when you're stressed, when you're tense, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of communication that's thrown off. And so either way, you know all this information. When it's time for you to go and you become unconscious and the spirit comes into knowing who it is, you're going to know that light is not the right light. And that's how you avoid it, because it's going to come up. It's going to come up, honey. That'd be like you saying, how do I dodge bad people? How do I dodge being introduced to bad people or people that are not good for me? Oh, you're going to come across them, babe. But you ask your spirits and your ancestors to give you the tools and to protect you from these energies so you can see it from afar. Hi, bye. And that's how that works with that as well. You're going to be tested with the fake light, but you're going to know this is not the true light. I obliviate any contractual agreements that I had coming into this life. I end all future reincarnations. I ask to be returned back to the light and complete and whole. I ask to be reunited with my true self, my true identity, and go back to my true home. To be returned back to my true home. I do not accept false agreements. I do not accept false realities, false doctrines. I do not accept false information. And this is how you speak to yourself. This is how you speak, because your subconscious mind is always listening. This is how you speak to your spirit. This is how you awaken who you are. And then nobody could bullshit. Nobody could push shit over on you no more. Nobody could lie to you. Nobody could fool you. Nobody could say, well, this way, this way, this way. No. Because you've already told yourself, baby, I'm happy, I'm successful, I'm healthy, I'm wise, I'm beautiful. Beauty, that's another thing too. Beauty is knowing who you are. You don't know who you are, baby, you're not beautiful. And fuck the external beauty, honey. That's how the system sets up, girl. They always want to make it seem like the external beauty is what's important, bitch. No, the internal beauty is what important. Because the internal beauty is knowing. It's knowing who, what, when, why, and how. That's beautiful. Can we talk about it? They say that life is beautiful. Life doesn't have a look. Life is beautiful because life is knowing. Life is coming into itself. Life, you live to exist, to become higher, to know who the fuck you are. And that's why life is beautiful, because you're coming into your beauty. And that's why they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is unique. Beauty is different. Everybody don't have to say exactly, because my life is not your life. My inner knowing is not your inner knowing. I'm inner knowing for myself, my souls. elevation, my soul's recognition. Come on in here. My soul's exalting. Can we talk about it? Exalting. My soul, okay, returning to the source. That's why there's a different in and on. That's why there's a different level of love. That's why there's a different level of beauty. Okay, can we talk about it? That's why they say social standards of beauty. She's a beautiful person. Well, good for her. Good for her, honey. Marilyn Monroe was also a beautiful person, but she wasn't happy. Hello? She wasn't happy. So is it beauty and that wears off, or is it beauty that's forever? And the real true eternal beauty is what's in your soul. I think Elizabeth Taylor, she said that as her statement too for White Diamonds. Eternal beauty, eternal forever young, something like that. Girl, y'all gotta look up Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamond commercial, girl. She said something about that. Eternal beauty, eternal forever. Yeah, girl. You coming into yourself, you knowing who and what you are, that's eternal beauty. Okay. External beauty is, girl, you fit some type of agenda. They tell you that small nose and small lips is beautiful. Oh, she's beautiful. She's hot. Everybody don't find that person beautiful. And that's how I began too. Girl, we were talking about this. One of my sisters said that she don't believe that there's anybody out there that's ugly. I'm like, shit, I believe there's ugly as people. And I'm like, no, it's not social standards that tell me that these people are ugly neither. Just something about the people, when I see them, my spirit just jumps. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that be. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I'm like, yeah, somebody finds them attractive, but that's them. My inner knowing, my inner light, my inner self says, keep away, far away, repulsive, yuck, yeah. So there we go. Because clearly, girl, like somebody had a baby with 50 Cent. Girl, that's crazy as fuck to me. Somebody had babies with Sean P. Diddy Combs. I mean, Kim Porter was a beautiful woman and a model at that. She had kids with this ugly motherfucker. Girl, ew. Misha, she's a beautiful woman. Had a baby had babies with this ugly motherfucker. Like, girl, ain't no way. And he's not the ugliest, but he ain't the hottest neither. I wouldn't accept this man as a John or you know, yeah. Bitch, hi, a friend. Hi, because I don't got to be attracted to you to be a friend. Hi, bye. But you ain't touching me. You ain't sticking no Tootsie Roll or nothing on me, honey. The fuck? Anyway. Now Iran is going to war and Trump is supposed to address the nation tonight. Oh, did he? The truth is coming out and black people don't want to acknowledge it. They'll submerge it. You said it. Yeah. And then they wonder why they're powerless. They wonder why their magic is not working, Jay. They wonder why they're not elevated. They wonder why the Asians got their laws passed before they did. The Asian no hate crime. You hate on an Asian person, you murder an Asian person, you're going to motherfucking jail for a long time. This is why they got it. And you're not getting it because you're still asleep. These people kept their religion. They kept their ancestors. They kept their history. They got the secrets of their ancient world, their ancient knowledge. And they've been colonized too, by the same people that colonized your land. But see, the only thing is that they didn't sell out. They didn't say, I'm going to accept your money in exchange for you to call me out my motherfucking name. See, that's not how that went down. They said, fuck the dumb shit, baby. I come from royalty. I'm from a dynasty. Baby, you're not from here. You don't own shit. Like I said, whoever gave white people superior, can we talk about it? Because I feel like black people be the only ones to see black people. We talk about white supremacy and shit. Ain't nobody else seeing it like that. That's why the Asians and the Middle Easterns, you don't see them. You don't see them complain about issues with the police because they don't see white people as their superiors. Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep? Hello? Is that a little too deep? Honey, can we talk about that? They don't see them as their superior. The Asians don't see white people as their superiors. Hello? They see them as their equals. Bitch, you need me, I need you. And that's why they work with their same spirits. So you're not gonna come here and teach my people who the fuck they are. We know who the fuck we are. And that's what they don't like. Because the Chinese know who the fuck they are. A lot of Asian cultures and countries know who the fuck they are. And that's what they can't see. They don't like that. Hello? That's like when you hear racist white folks neither. Where's the racial white videos out there? White people calling Asian people out their name. Can somebody show me a video? Can somebody show me 100 videos of white people calling Asian people racial names? Hello? Here we talk about it. White people, not black, because I've seen a lot of black people video calling Asians out their names. When COVID-13, not COVID-13. when COVID-19 happened, when COVID-19 happened, girl, you had black people in the New York City train fucking these Asian people up, and I'm just, girl, I cried. That hurt me to my heart. That hurt me to my heart. That just pissed me off again. That hurt me to my heart, and it infuriated me. It pissed me the fuck off. It really did. Because I'm like, here you are fighting for your redemption, fighting for your respect, fighting for your dignity back, fighting for your manhood back, fighting for you, for the man that you are. And then you have the audacity to pick on another race. Oh, you brought COVID over here. We got COVID because of you, huh? Girl, what? Are the Asians blaming AIDS on the black people? Hello? I'm really asking a question. Are the Asians blaming the black folks for AIDS and HIV? See, we have to be cute. We have to be right. We have to think before we fucking act. And clearly people are not taking critical thinking classes. Clearly people don't know anything about reading and comprehension. Clearly certain people are just followers and not leaders. It makes a lot of sense. Is there really a system, or is it really you just not being a follower? Are you not being a leader? You're not thinking for yourself. You're not realizing who you are and what you are and how to get ahead. You let people tell who you are, and you're being reminded by it because you're getting faced. Because of course, this is the inner thing. Everybody got all the answers now. Like I said, we're in a we're in a matrix. Everybody, we're in a simulation. We're in a simulation. We got the power. Once you wake up to your true gift, y'all, black folks, the magic is real. Everybody got all the answers, but where's the realities? Where's the role switching at? When is the white people going to be enslaved in this country? I mean, these are just questions that I ask. I'm not saying this should happen. I'm just asking the questions. When are all the business in America going to be black? Oh, the white man ain't going to allow that. Well, I thought you had magic. You putting voodoo spells on another black witch, right? A YouTuber. Oh, y'all, the magic worked. Well, why can't the magic work for the white man? The white woman? Why can't it work on him if it's really working? Hello? We just talking. If you really have magic to put on your baby daddy, then why your baby daddy went in a picture? And then why you continue to have more kids by the same Nimrod ass, Nimwit, small... incapable ass, incompetent ass men. Why you couldn't attract a man who was your equal if your marriage was really working? See, these are questions that I ask. Like, is it really magic, or is it really something that's going on? Because, baby, I'd be there if I step in a room being all brown and chocolate like I am, and a white female or male, or anybody who people say are more superior to me, look at me and make you feel any type of way, try to make me feel small and be small. I'll be goddamn, bitch, you gonna turn your neck. You gonna feel some type of way, girl. You gonna be bothering your spirit so bad that you gonna X fuck out that button before I do. Hello? I'll be damn. Baby, you're not superior to me. I'll be damn. I be damn going to talk about a sundown town. I be damn about to show to a sundown town motherfucker think that police pulled me over and yeah, we gonna have to take you to jail. And that's it. And girl, all the work I did, my ancestors, girl, that's just it. Like, girl, I get locked up, girl, I get taken out, and girl, I'm another dead tranny in a sundown town. Like, girl, make it make sense. Like, I'd be damn, honey, if I come in contact with a racist white woman, white man, and they think I'm gonna feel, oh, this a black nigga tranny, this a nigga bitch tranny. Okay, we're gonna have a reading session. You calling the police? That's fine, bring the police there. Always police, bitch, and I tell you this right now, locked up or dead, bitch, this business won't be operating no more. I guarantee this whole damn town will be fucked up. Hello? I guarantee this gonna be a ghost town. Ain't gonna be nobody here. Ain't gonna be no whites or blacks or gays or straights, bitch. Everybody gotta go. Hello? And bitch, that will be my 40 days and 40 nights until I go back. Oh, can we talk about it? See, that's what, like I said, that's the type of teaching I like. That's the type of magic I like. I like hearing about I like hearing about magic about people going to a place being misgendered, being disrespected, and the whole business gotta go. The business file bankruptcy. Like that's the type of magic I like. I like to go somewhere and they think they're going and they all are still employed the next time I come around. That's the type of magic I like right there. That you're gonna disrespect me and live to tell about it. And when I say live to tell about it, because we don't get into death cell stuff, but definitely, and you thought you ended me and you thought you humiliated me and embarrassed me, bitch. Ha ha ha. Right. Like that's the type of teachings that I'm into. Y'all will never hear me talk about a story about I feel like I was oppressed, disrespected, and felt any type of way about anybody. I'm a transgender. I stepped into a building. They made me feel so little, and they embarrassed me and all that. And girl, and that business, and those people are still walking and living their life and being happy. And oh, we got another nigga bitch down. Girl, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, the day that happened, girl, and magic ain't real. That'll be my day coming to say, girl, magic ain't real. Magic ain't real, honey. It's fake. Ain't no work out there. Girl, it's all fake, girl. It's a delusion. Girl, what? The fuck? Like, girl, you got the juice, but you don't got the juice? No, bitch, you either got it or you don't got it. That's the devil. That's confusion right there. That's spirit of confusion right there, baby. You got it or you don't got it. You are or you ain't. You that one or you not that one? Because I definitely think I'm that one. Like I said, baby, I show up to your place, I show up to your school, wherever I show up at, and you think that you're gonna disrespect me and treat me outside of what I and how I treat myself, first and foremost, you're never gonna get me back as a patron anymore. I will not be a patron anymore. I will not support you anymore. For two, I guarantee you there's gonna be a lot of issues with that business. And if you real cute and the bitch something to do with it, but you have something to do with it, girl, you better be praying. Yeah, you better be praying for the spirits to come down and protect. You better ask for protection from the see, baby. I like to travel through timelines and time space and all that good stuff because it's all an illusion. I like to attack you in the previous life, the current life, and the future life to come. I like to pull it all together in one. I like to say superseding all times, all elements. Hello. All dimensions, all eras. As long as this energy has existed until it no longer exists. That's the type of energy I pull in, baby. That's what that's what we like to do. And girl, like I said, anybody who's a part of that energy can get fucked up too. Now, sometimes, I won't get into that because we got to say we can't talk about that like that here. Like anyway, I think Erykah Badu. Wait, what is that? Wait. I believe I was a great alien race in my past life for some reason. I was obsessed with the planet Mars my whole life. Hey, Mr. Willie. Well, I can see you being obsessed by Mars. If you are a Black person, Mars energy has been ruling you your whole life. Going back into, the beginning of time, the Black race was under the rulership of Mars and Saturn energy. And unfortunately, in this lifetime, we have seen the chastising of the Martian energy to reawaken out. See, police brutality or any type of judicial system or any type of judicial injustice, it's just really you being reminded that you really are that 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're not taking heed to who and what you are. So you keep getting chastised, disciplined, and forced to bow down to these energies. You're actually above and beyond these energy frequencies. You actually rise above and you actually own and dominate these frequencies. But this is why, like I said, going into Mars retrograde, when Mars in retrograde, you usually see a lot of issues with law and Black people. I can even talk about timelines and errors and decade stuff where Mars heavily ruled. And like I said, y'all do your own research. If you think I'm just talking outside of my ass. So it wasn't that you were a great alien in your past life, Mr. Willie. I don't know if you're a Black individual or not. If you're not a Black individual in this life, you definitely have that underneath you because Black people tend to be dominated by the Mars energy because once they awaken to who they are, they no longer would be dominated by that energy. But those are the two challenges that they deal with. They deal with Saturn energy and they deal with Mars energy. Like I said, do your research. So you were not a great alien in your past life, but you definitely, you definitely need to get your Mars, that Mars energy and Saturn energy in check in your life. Can we talk about it, Mr. Willie? Okay. I think Erykah Badu is so healthy because she don't play about spirits. Right. I love Erykah Badu, honey. I love Miss Erykah Badu. Hey, Erykah. Love her. Unfortunately, I cannot really fan out about her because all the, queens and butch queens and femme queens and non-binaries and gender queers and gender non-conform, they all be fans and stuff over her. And I'm not a follower. I'm not listen, hello. I'm not second to best. I'm not second coming. She's very friendly to the girls and the guys, but unfortunately, she's a little too friendly. She's a little too friendly, girl. Hello. So from afar, hey, Erykah. Close up, nope, won't do it. Ain't gonna be there. No, girl. No, girl, bye. The bitch, hell no. Bye, hi, bye. Okay. Because back in them ages, the human race was eating more natural foods. You said it. They were eating more natural. They were resting. They knew that there was a time to weep and a time to sow. A time to rejoice and a time to be sad. They knew there was a time to eat healthy and a time to eat junk food. Now you said, did they have junk food back then? Yes, they did. They've always had poisonous, toxic items and things that humans ate in our life, y'all. Come on in here. They were tempted. See, when we became knowing, when we had the awaken of the Kundalini energy, which by the way, Angela Marie said that that's not in the Bible. Hey, that shit is not mine. The snake given wisdom is a Kundalini energy rising. So the snake in the Bible, girl, is just people seeing. And that's why the apple of the eye, the apple. And if you really think about it, it really when the apple was a fig. Hello? Because the fig is one of the fruits that actually fully gives your body, your eyes, the nutrients, the minerals that it needs to be able to see. It also awakens the pineal gland. Hello? It also helps with your intuition. Can we talk about it? And it's very unique how the fruit of the fig matures. Very unique, honey. It's about sacrifices. So all I'm saying is that, baby, the Kundalini rising, the snake giving knowledge, once people became aware and they knew things because they were under a certain type of guideline, come on in here. All of a sudden, things started happening. People started shrinking. The energy started changing on the frequency on this earth. And that's the thing too, y'all. Collectively, we create these storms. Collectively, we're creating the weather. Collectively, we're dictating what's going on and how it's going on. Can we talk about it? Hello? Can we talk about it? When there's storms and stuff, oh, they created this too hard. No, bitch, it's the people there. Hello? We got positive ions, we got negative ions. Hello? We got negative charges, we got positive charges. Baby, do your research on lightning and storms and stuff. Science will always find you. Science is in everything. So we have to understand that collectively, we influence the weather. Collectively, we influence what is to come. What cities are going to be protected and what cities are not going to be protected. Collectively. Even going to what's going on in LA where the deportation and the ICE and stuff, people are like, oh my God, it's so fucked up. Y'all, they've been trying to come for LA for a very long time. They've been trying to come for LA since the 1950s. There was a lot going on in LA. There was a lot of things behind the scenes that LA was doing way ahead of the times. Okay, California, period. But LA was doing way ahead of the times. And so they've been trying to get LA for a very long time where they even started infiltrating the system. They started employing people who were a part of them to fuck shit up. So you had a lot of corruption in teas. So they've been trying to get LA for a very long time, y'all. They've been trying to do other teas and they haven't really been working. You know, there's an earthquake almost every day in LA, by the way. And so they're like, this ain't working. And so they are, listen, and I won't get into that here, but this is what we're seeing now because, like you said, they've had these energies in play. I mean, hell, even going into the LA fires, y'all, there were certain houses burning down and certain houses wasn't. They had a street where every house on the street, every street Every house on the street got burned down except for one house. This is some supernatural tease that's going on. And so I need you to understand that they've been doing this. They've been trying to, and go and put military in LA. What happened to these other cities that are resistant certain energies? Why are the military not there? Why LA? Why the city of the angels? Hello? Anybody ever question that? Why? Like I said, there's something there. There's something there. There's something there with all of this. And this is why they're doing what they're doing. There's a lot of ancient, powerful teas, and that's all I'm gonna say. People talk about Hollywood and stuff. Yeah, y'all never ask yourself why there's also celebrities in New York, why there's also a lot of prominent celebrities in Florida, and LA still get the major recognition of what it does and how it does it? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about the mysterious situations that happens in LA? Hello? But yeah, this goes in with a lot of tea, honey. His grandmother said Nimrod exterminated his own people. You said it. Yeah, you said it. Nimrod exterminated his own people. You said it. Oh, I accept that. Come on. I know that's right, honey. Come on in here, Jay. Yes, honey. In the Vedic, I'm a Gemini, so you know. Right, honey. Come on in here. Come on in here, honey. Yes, honey. The Vedic, you're a Gemini. Yes, honey. Come on in here, Gemini. That's why I always say put healthy food in me and my kids' body. Yes, Debbie, salt. Yes, honey. And it's not only about the food, neither. Something I learned is that digestion and ingestion is all the same thing. Digesting something and ingesting something is similar to each other. Do you know that what you see and what you hear is also part of your digestive system? Do you know that? That's why they say, oh, she had to digest those words. Oh, that was hard to ingest, wasn't it? Hello? Oh, those words were hard, that it created stomach issues. Hello? These are things that they say. They don't just say these things to say these things, you guys. Your ears and your eyes, what you see, what you hear, and what you speak, you're digesting and ingesting. So this is also part of what you're feeding yourself. And what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and what you're speaking are also feeding your cells, because that's really who you are. Trillions upon trillions of energy source within you that makes up you, one person. Think of all the stars in the sky. These are in your body. And so the nutrients is not just the food and drinking. It's also about the people that you deal with. We're like flowers. One analogy that one of my sisters used. We're like flowers. And what you feed the flower is what the flower will become. If you feed the flower good food and good water, it grows and it flourishes, even without soil, even without dirt. If you give the flower poisonous, toxic, swamp, sewage water, that flower will die in a matter of days, if not in a matter of hours. So we have to be very mindful that we're flowers, and everything that we ingest and digest is a part of who we are. And so we got to be mindful, like that, not just about what we eat, but what we listen to and what we watch, and also who we're around. Who and what we're around. This also is important. This also influences your bodies, your health. Okay, Debbie? Okay? Yes, honey. Come on in here. Right, I definitely deserve it. We deserve it. Not just we might look alike. Find that soul tribe or learn from like-minded people, like you say, right? Yes, you said it, Rasta. And I would say that too. Find your way back. Beyonce have that song, Find Your Way Back. Don't let this type drive you crazy. Find your way back. I always tell myself, allow me to find my tribe and allow them to find their way back. Because I don't feel like I will go and look for them. I feel like they will always find their way back home. They will always find their way back home. And they say home is where the heart is at. They will always find their way back home. And so that's what I ask for. And I know when people don't get me, or they're like, oh my God, this bitch is so rude. What? I'm rude? But wait, I'm rude? But what other people have said and done to you, they're not called rude. Girl, they slap you in the face, sit on your face, and make you kiss both ass cheeks. I don't do that. I was watching something where a guy was cussing out a black woman, and he kept calling her a nigga bitch and saying, "Your mama's a nigga bitch" and stuff, right? And the comment section was like, "Oh my god, I'm so shocked that these black men, because there's black men watching this go on, and these black men were letting this guy do this." And then some people, "Oh, he's so disrespectful. He's arguing with a female. Why don't he argue with me?" And I'm thinking like this for a quick second, right? Because it brought me back when these basic black witches were saying the same thing about me, these BBWs. They were like, "This nigga being disrespectful to women, and he be disrespecting his mama and shit too." Your baby daddies will impregnate you and leave you to fend for yourself. Some of the baby daddies don't even want you or want the kids. They didn't want you even when you had the kid by them. You don't call them rude and disrespectful. You don't cuss them out. You don't take them to court. You don't fight for child support. You don't have a storyline about it. "Oh, my baby daddy's so disrespectful. He nutted in my pussy and whatever." But me, who don't sleep with you, who don't want to sleep with you, who ain't doing shit for you, that don't want to be a part of your life anyway, in any way, shape, or form, I'm called rude and disrespectful. Or you're making a story about me. And that's how I felt about that guy. I'm like, the same people that are commenting saying that this guy was disrespecting them and the black guys are lying. I'm like, girl, where's your baby daddy at? I'm looking through all your pictures on Facebook and there's no baby daddy in the picture. Where your baby daddy at? Like, you're worried about this man disrespecting her, but you let your baby daddy disrespect you. You let society disrespect you. And that's why I'm like, girl, fight your battles and choose them wisely. Like, if I'm rude, your baby daddy rude too. And why is he not getting the same amount of haters I'm fucking getting? And this motherfucker that actually shared space with you. We didn't share space together. We didn't, girl, I didn't sleep with you. You didn't sleep with me. So what's really going on here? What's the real problem? Oh, I forgot there's spells and hexes and cycles. You're put into cycles by the influences of Mars and Saturn. You're put into cycles. See, Saturn comes in and kind of help you to break these cycles. Saturn reminds you about these cycles and tell you to break them. And if you don't know, 2025 is the year of the snake, the year of the nine, which is the year of Saturn. So there's a lot of reminders about who you are and what you need to change to get ahead, but a lot of people ain't listening. We're too caught up on celebrity drama. We're too caught up on what the politics are doing. We're still caught up on all the shit that you can't change. And that's why I'm like, girl, you gonna talk about that shit, do something about it. Are you gonna go to the White House? Are you gonna call in? Are you gonna send a letter to change their mind? Or are you just gonna be talking about what's going on and not do shit about it? Light a candle, say a prayer, fast and pray, give up something. Hello? Cleanse yourself for 40 days and 40 nights. Clog your menses with Bible scriptures. Hello? Abstain from eating meat. Abstain from alcohol, drugs, and nicotine. And then we'll talk. Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep? Is that a little too advanced? You know, so I know a lot of people like basic or standard information. I'm just saying. Okay. That's a big deal for self-conscious people to get over. But once I realized that, I know to have the confidence to do better and deserve better. There you go. And I'm for that. I deserve happiness. I deserve peace of mind. I deserve to be the best I can be. I deserve good people around me to help me reach my goals. I deserve good people around me to show me who I really am. I deserve a good teacher. I deserve a good spiritualist to help me show me who I am. I deserve the good information. I deserve the right information. These are things you have to speak for yourself. I will not settle for half-assness because I'm not a half-ass. I love myself completely, so I will only accept complete things. And if I don't know what is complete or how to find it, the universe will provide it for me. Come on in here. Can we talk? Can we talk? Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. No, Beyonce went off with the plug. Right. Jay! Clogging my menses with the Bible scriptures. Jay! Oh my God. Jay's like, wait a minute. I heard that before. The fuck? I clocked my 50s. I love Beyonce, honey. Now, listen, I'm going to say this. I love Beyonce's energy and I love how Oshun is using her. I love how Oshun is using her to break barriers because that's what Oshun does. She breaks barriers. Oshun is begging, is using Beyonce, and Beyonce needs to show us that this is really the child of Oshun, and she really has Oshun in her, and she really very Oshun is going to allow her to get back into the country music, to take back what was given to the people in the beginning. Country music is black music. Rap music is what the white man told you was black music. Can we talk about it right now? The white man told you lyrically and scripturally that you're talented, so we're gonna give you a rapping deal. And then we're gonna use this linguistic intelligence that you have to keep your people spellbound. Rap music is why the black folks is held back. And I'm willing to stand corrected. Country music is why the black folk lack empathy, lack understanding. See, if black folks got into country music, they would learn how to be loving again. They would learn how to tap into their inner stuff again. They would learn how to be raw, emotional again. They would learn how to be a good father, a good mother, a good brother, a good sister. Country music inspires something within you. And I love country music, y'all. And I've been loving country music since I was a little girl. Hello? Since I was a little girl, I loved country music. And of course, one of my all-time favorites is Miss Dolly Parton, y'all. I love Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was from the Ozark, parts of America, and she grew up around a lot of segregation. And girl, they didn't have no color folks around her. And Miss Dolly Parton became who the hell she is, a beautiful white woman, and she started loving people and teaching her to love people. And I love all people, brown, black, white, it doesn't matter. Another thing too, and I love Patty. I love her well because I love Auntie Patty as well, y'all. I love Auntie Patty, girl. She's a fellow Gemini. Shout out to my fellow Geminis out there, y'all. I love y'all. I love my Geminis. We're so misunderstood, honey. I love y'all. But Auntie Patty and her, they got together and they were doing their little teasers, their cute little long acrylics and shit, and sitting here making bread, making. Oh, y'all, listen. And I didn't see that live. I saw that as the replay. But I'm just like, for mama to be Smoky Mountain, Tennessee, racist as fuck, girl, KKK people still live in Tennessee, to be this white woman, to be in movies with Queen Latifah and, a lot of other black folks. Mama really is, girl, she was signed under ABC Records, which was, owned by or partly owned by Michael Jackson. Can we talk about it? She did songs. She wrote music. She redid music that was done by black folks. I love Dolly Parton. I love, during her era, this should have been a racist white woman, and she's not. She was married to another, a fellow whitey. And we love our white people, girl, because, I'm part white, girl. I'm related to white folks, girl. I love all my people, girl. I love them all. That's why I'll never fully accept just one thing, baby. I'm mixed. I'm multiracial. Hello. I accept all of my bloodlines, honey. Hello, and my bloodlines accept me. Can we talk about it? They accept me. Can we talk about it? And so I love Miss Dolly. And a lot of people, Willie Nelson, can we talk about it? Different, grew up in an era where they really didn't like certain type of people. Free-spirited, loving people, understood, respected, understood the oppressed, the repressed, and the depressed. Come on in here. They understood it. And I will have, like I said, those are my people. That supersedes kindness and love, supersedes all racial constructs, all racial ideas. And I would, like I said, Dolly Parton, that's my overall. And oh, girl, listen, I love me some Dolly Parton. I love me some Dolly Parton, honey. Anyway. We all deserve to vibrate on a high frequency because we're all children of the universe. You said it. And that's another thing too. You think the universe is so unfair? You think the universe is so hateful that the universe will put you in a timeline where people are rich, people are billionaires, people are successful, they're happy. Because we're not saying that money equals happiness. But you would think that the universe would be so cruel to allow you to see this and say, bitch, it's not meant for you. A lot of people, they don't want it. They want to be normal. Normal to them is broke, sick, and unhappy. I knew two people my whole life that said flat out, that they will never want to be successful. And even if they become successful, they're going to still move to the ghetto and they're going to take care of the ghetto people. And I'm like, this is why it's never going to happen. And one of the persons said they don't want to be wealthy. They don't want money. They enjoy being low income. They enjoy living in the project. They enjoy struggling because that gives them a peace of mind. Because if they had money, that would bring them more problems. And I'm like, girl, not knowing where your next meal is going to come from, that's comfort to you. Not knowing if you're going to lose your car, girl, that's comfortable to you. And this is why you're under. This is why you're not going to have. This is why you're not going to get. But yes, y'all, let me go, honey. And you're going to tell me as Christian, oh, come on here, Dave Rover. I wonder if you have any insight on Patsy Cline, just since wondering, being we're on the topic. This is what I want to do, Rasta Riley. The next time I come back, because I feel myself like, ooh. Oh, we've been inside for 2 hours and 6 minutes. I feel I'm like, ooh, I was supposed to be going to go do a little something in my room. And I'm like, oh my God, I probably won't be doing that, honey. I'm feeling like, girl, no, let me have the piece of this cake anime. Then brush my teeth. Let me take my ass to bed. When I come back, we'll go on to Patsy Cline. We'll go on to Patsy Cline, our next video, okay? And now I won't forget that we'll do it. I'm actually going to tell Google to remind me. Because there's a lot with a lot, okay? So yes, the next time we'll talk about it, okay? Come on, Lucifer. And, ooh, come on in here. I know that's right, honey. Come on in here. Well, also Lucifer, a.k.a. the Lightbringer, a.k.a. knowledge. Can we talk about it? Ooh. Jesus said he's bringing love, and Lucifer said he's bringing light. And so we always say love and light when we finish our sentence. Love and light. We love influences of Jesus. We love the influences of Lucifer. We need the light bringer and the love bringer. Can we talk about it? Jesus is all about peace and love, and Lucifer is all about the light. Can we talk about it? Hello? Can we talk about it? Love brings understanding. The light brings knowledge. We have to understand. That's what the Bible says, lean not onto your own understanding. Lean onto me. Love brings understanding, but light brings knowledge. And so the light works together with the love and it amplifies it, but it also kind of contradicts it, right? Because the love, or at least that's what we're taught, is that you're not supposed to lean on your own judgment. You're supposed to lean on to love to find your answers. And of course, knowledge is what destroyed and got Eve and Adam kicked out of heaven, or out of the Garden of Eden, excuse me, not heaven. See, I'm going to bed, y'all. My mind is shut down, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I'll be back, okay, honey? Sounds cool. It was great to hear from you. Same here, Rasta Riley. I love always seeing y'all and communicate with y'all, honey. I thought I was going to have a piece of that cake, girl. Y'all, listen, no, man. I'm about to go to bed right now. I feel myself really. I'm like, ooh, girl, I exhausted all my energy, girl. Ooh, let me go, honey. Love and light, tspiritmystic.blogspot.com, as well as 28spirit8mystic@gmail.com. I'll be back. We'll have us talk. You know what I mean? Love you all. Take care. Be positive. Check the blog. So like I said, honey, up until tomorrow night. No, we're going to, you know what? I need to change. We're going to do it till the 24th. We're going to do it till the 24th at 11:59 p.m., okay? Check the blog spot, y'all, for the last little gift tea. Bye for now, y'all. Be good to yourself. Ew.